FSSAI officially releases Ayurveda Aahara products list. What you need to know. Imagine finally having a clear, authoritative guide to what truly constitutes Ayurveda Aahara, a long-standing gray area that often left traditional Indian food preparations in a murky zone of doubt and guesswork. Well, that moment has arrived. The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, in close collaboration with the Ministry of Ayush, has officially published a comprehensive list specifying which foods fall under the category of Ayurveda Aahara. This development marks a significant turning point. No more ambiguous standards or uncertain regulations for food business operators who produce or sell traditional Ayurvedic-influenced foods. Now, there's a definitive, legally backed guideline detailing precisely what qualifies as Ayurveda Aahara, offering clarity and confidence to those involved in this sector. And here's where it gets interesting. This move doesn't just streamline regulation. It potentially shapes the future landscape of Ayurvedic and traditional Indian dietary practices, ensuring authenticity and safety are maintained while fostering growth. The question is, will this lead to a surge of genuine Ayurvedic food products in the mainstream markets? Or will it spark debates about what might be excluded or included? As regulations tighten and standards get clearer, it's worth pondering whether this will ultimately benefit consumers or stifle some of the more traditional, home remedy-style preparations that resist formal definitions. What are your thoughts on how formal regulation might change the cultural and commercial fabric of Ayurveda-based foods? Let's discuss. Ayurveda Aahara, India's traditional nutrition for preventive wellness. What if the secret to preventive health has been sitting on our plates for thousands of years, but only now are we truly beginning to embrace it? That's the promise and challenge at the heart of India's bold new step, officially bringing Ayurveda Aahara, the food traditions rooted in ancient Indian wisdom, into a national, regulated framework. But here's where things get especially fascinating. For the first time, the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, working hand-in-hand with the Ministry of Ayush, has published an official government-endorsed list of Ayurveda Aahara products under what's called Category A. This isn't just a bureaucratic move. It's a game-changer for the way India approaches preventive health, dietary sustainability, and authentic nutrition. So what exactly does this mean for you, whether you're a consumer, a wellness enthusiast, or in the food industry? Let's break it down. At its core, Ayurveda Aahara refers to foods thoughtfully designed in accordance with principles outlined in classical Ayurvedic texts. Recipes and routines that have helped people eat in harmony with the seasons, their environment, and their individual body types for centuries. Now, with this Category A list, these time-honored foods, as documented in Schedule A of the 2022 Ayurveda Aahara regulations, are no longer just the domain of tradition or home remedies. They're officially acknowledged, standardized, and made available to the modern public. Union Minister Prataprao Jadhav summed it up powerfully. Ayurveda Aahara is not simply about what we eat. It's a mindful way of living in tune with the rhythms of nature. In today's rushed world, adopting such an approach may well be one of our best defenses against illness and lifestyle-related stress. And it allows food businesses to propose their own Ayurveda Aahara items, provided such items are supported by clear references in already approved Ayurvedic literature. This opens doors for ongoing innovation within tradition. Imagine new herbal blends, functional snacks, or balanced meal kits, rooted in traditional wisdom, but tailored for modern tastes. Controversy alert. Some critics might argue, is it really possible to regulate tradition without losing authenticity? Or, on the flip side, could this be exactly what is needed to protect consumers from the rampant misinformation and misbranding often seen in the wellness food market? We'd love to hear your thoughts below. What's indisputable is the benefit for food business operators, FBOs. They now have a reliable guideline for creating and marketing Ayurveda-centric foods that are recognized and regulated by the state. And for everyday consumers, it levels up trust. you can know that what's labeled as Ayurveda Aahara isn't just marketing lingo, but meets rigorous standards. Vaidya Rajesh Koteka, Secretary of the Ministry of Ayush, explained, "By clarifying and codifying what counts as Ayurveda Aahara, we're helping the food industry align with the science and standards of India's traditional knowledge." But how scientific is this? The National Institute of Ayurveda, NIA, took the lead in sifting through ancient texts, decoding elaborate formulas, and confirming not just their historical lineage, but also their current validity. As Professor Sanjeev Sharma, NIA's vice-chancellor, put it, "This isn't museum food. These products deliver real, documented benefits for digestion, immunity, and overall balance." So, next time you enjoy a spiced lentil stew or a tangy herbal drink crafted according to the Ayurveda Aahara list, you're not just indulging nostalgia, you're tapping into a tradition that's now validated by modern regulatory science. Prime Minister Modi himself, at the 2023 World Food India event, drew a memorable comparison. Just as International Yoga Day helped yoga find a global following, Ayurveda Aahara and India's ancient grains like millets are set to become global superfoods. But do you think the world is ready to swap out processed foods for herbal porridges and therapeutic teas? Or is this yet another wellness trend destined for the elite and the already health-conscious? Your comments may ignite the next debate on cultural sustainability and food justice. For health-focused millennials, careful parents, mindful eaters, or anyone who wants to blend simplicity and wellness, the government-approved Ayurveda Aahara list offers a reassuring bridge between ancient practice and modern needs. These guidelines emphasize foods that are prepared in harmony with the seasons, locally sourced, and enriched with well-studied herbs, a real incentive for mindful eating and a richer relationship with what we put on our plates. Curious to see which foods made the official cut? While we can't host the file here directly, the formal document is accessible on FSSAI's website and through the ministry's communication channels. Perhaps it's time to revive an old idea. Could your next meal also be your best medicine? If you have a perspective, agree or disagree, add your voice below. Let's see where the conversation goes. For more insights and debates around wellness, nutrition, and living consciously, stay tuned to this space. Unlock ancient wisdom. FSSAI's official Ayurveda Aahara food list revealed. Here's something that might completely revolutionize how India approaches food and health, and it's sparking heated debates across the nation. On August 3, 2025, the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, made a groundbreaking announcement that has sent ripples through both traditional medicine circles and modern food industry boardrooms. Working hand in hand with the Ministry of Ayush, they've unveiled an official catalog of Ayurvedic food preparations, formally categorized under Ayurveda Aahara, essentially giving ancient Indian food wisdom the government's official stamp of approval. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't just another bureaucratic document gathering dust on shelves. This comprehensive list represents a seismic shift in how India's 5,000-year-old food traditions are being integrated into today's regulated food landscape. The initiative builds upon the Food Safety and Standards Ayurveda Aahara regulations that were quietly introduced back in 2022. Regulations that many people still don't fully understand. So what exactly does Ayurveda Aahara mean for the average person? Think of it as officially recognized food preparations that follow ancient recipes, use specific traditional ingredients, and employ time-tested preparation methods, all of which must be documented in authoritative Ayurvedic texts. It's like having your grandmother's secret health recipes validated by both ancient scholars and modern food scientists. The newly released catalog draws its authenticity directly from classical Ayurvedic manuscripts listed in Schedule A of the regulations, with the specific food items detailed under Schedule B's Note 1. This systematic approach ensures that every single food preparation on this list has genuine traditional roots, rather than being a modern interpretation of ancient wisdom. For food business operators, essentially anyone in the business of manufacturing, processing, or selling food, this official list serves as their new Bible. It provides crystal-clear guidelines on what they can legally produce and market as authentic Ayurvedic food, eliminating the guesswork and legal gray areas that have plagued this sector for years. Mr. Pratapro Jadhav, who holds the influential position of Minister of State, Independent Charge, for the Ministry of Ayush, as well as Minister of State for the Ministry of Health, Family Welfare, didn't mince words when addressing the public. He passionately encouraged citizens to weave Ayurveda Aahara into their everyday eating habits, promising significant long-term health transformations. According to Jadhav, these aren't just feel-good dietary trends. They're scientifically backed nutritional approaches that have been tested across millennia. He emphasized that these traditional food practices work on multiple levels. They provide essential nourishment for the body, create a robust immune system, optimize digestive health, and contribute to comprehensive physical and mental well-being. And this is the part most people miss. This regulatory move represents far more than just bureaucratic housekeeping. It's actually a bold statement about India's commitment to preserving and promoting its indigenous knowledge systems while meeting modern safety and quality standards. The initiative creates a bridge between ancient wisdom and contemporary food science, potentially setting a global precedent for how traditional food systems can be formally recognized and regulated. The timing couldn't be more significant. As consumers worldwide increasingly seek natural, holistic approaches to nutrition and wellness, India is positioning its traditional food wisdom as a credible, regulated alternative to processed foods and synthetic supplements. For industry stakeholders, this development brings unprecedented regulatory clarity, reducing compliance uncertainties and opening up new market opportunities. For consumers, it offers confidence that products labeled as Ayurvedic foods are authentic and meet established safety standards. But here's the million-dollar question that's dividing experts. Will this formalization of ancient food wisdom preserve its essence, or will regulatory requirements strip away the intuitive, personalized approach that made Ayurvedic nutrition so effective in the first place? Some traditionalists argue that standardizing these food preparations might dilute their therapeutic potential, while modernists believe regulation is essential for consumer protection and market credibility. What do you think? Does bringing ancient food wisdom under government regulation enhance its value or diminish its authenticity? Are we witnessing the preservation of invaluable traditional knowledge, or are we bureaucratizing something that was meant to be more fluid and individualized? Share your thoughts. This debate is far from settled, and your perspective could influence how this initiative unfolds in the coming years.